Hello students, welcome to Standard 8 Science online class. Students, now we are learning our Unit 2 Force and Pressure. So let me once again recall about force and pressure what we had saw in our last online class. So definition for force. So force is defined as the external agency which change or tends to change the state of rest or the state of uniform motion of a body or direction of moving body or the shape of a body. And then force is a vector quantity which has both magnitude and direction. So force is a vector quantity. It has both magnitude and direction, and also it is measured by a unit called Newton or capital N. And then pressure. Pressure is the effect of force can be measured using physical quantities, and it is called as pressure. It can be defined as the amount of force or thrust acting perpendicularly on the surface area of 1 square meter of a body. And then pressure equal to thrust or force by area. And then formula to measure pressure equal to F by A, force by area. And then SI unit of pressure is Pascal, named after the French scientist Blaise Pascal. And then 1 Pascal equal to 1 Newton per meter square. Pressure exerted by air. Students, you all know very well that air fills the space around us. So this envelope of air is called atmosphere. So it extends up to many kilometers above the surface of earth. All objects on the surface of the earth experiences the thrust or force due to this atmosphere. So the amount of force or weight of the atmospheric air that act downward on unit surface area of the surface of the earth is known as atmospheric pressure. Students, this atmospheric pressure can be measured using the device called as barometer. And then barometer was invented by scientist named as Torricelli. As the atmosphere decreases with the altitude from the surface of the earth, it can be measured by the height of mercury column in a barometer. Students, the height of mercury column denotes the atmospheric pressure at that place at a given time in millimeter of mercury. Even if you tilt or shake the tube at various angle, you will see that the level of mercury will not vary. At sea level, the height of the mercury column is 76 centimeter or 760 millimeter. So the pressure exerted by this mercury column is considered as the pressure of magnitude of 1 atmosphere or 1 atm. Students, 1 atmospheric pressure is defined as the pressure exerted by the mercury column of height 76 centimeter in the barometer. So it is equal to 1.01 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. In the SI system, 1 atmospheric pressure equal to 1 lakh Pascal approximately, and then SI unit of atmospheric pressure is Newton per meter square or Pascal. Very, very important 1 mark question. Students, here is activity for you. Activity 2. Take a conical flask and a well boiled egg. So after removing its shell, place the egg on the mouth of the flask. So it will not enter the flask. And now take a piece of paper, burn it and drop into the flask. So wait for few seconds to burn fully. Keep the egg on the mouth of the flask. So wait for a few minutes. Students, what do you observe? So when the paper is burning in the flask, the oxygen present in the air inside the conical flask is used up for its combustion. So you know very well that oxygen support for combustion, and then this reduces the pressure of the air in the flask. So the air in the atmosphere tends to occupy the low pressure region in the flask. So it rushes through the mouth of the flask, thus pushing the egg into the flask. Our next topic is force and pressure in liquids. Students, you would have noticed that an upward force is exerted by water on a floating or a partially submerged body. So this upward force is called as buoyant force. This phenomenon is known as buoyancy. So this force is not only exerted by liquids but also in gases. So this upward force decides whether an object will sink or float. So if the weight of the object is less than the upward force, then the object will float. If not, it will sink. So this upward force decides whether an object will sink or float. So if the weight of the object is less than the upward force, then the object will float. If not, it will sink. Students, you can see in this picture, wood is floating because of less weight. And then here there are 3 pictures given: cork, wood, aluminium. So cork is floating and aluminium is sink inside the water. So this upward force decide whether an object will sink or float. Our next topic is pressure exerted by liquids. Students, liquids exert a pressure not only on the base of the container in which they are kept, but also on the side wall. The pressure exerted by a liquid depends on the depth of the point of observation. Take a plastic bottle, punch 3 holes on its side in the same direction, but all at a different height. So now pour some water into the bottle and let it flow through the holes. Observe the flow of water. Students, water from the lowest hole comes out with the greatest force, and the water from the topmost hole come out with the least force. So this activity confirms that the pressure in liquid varies with the depth of the point of observation. See in this picture there is small pipe used for water and then 3 holes A, B, C, D, the hollow glass tube attached to a rubber stopper and then water just coming out from the flask with a different angle. So this shows that the water or the force of water is different for different height and then pressure a liquid varies with the depth of the point. So when the depth increase the pressure also increase and then depth decrease the pressure also decrease. Students, activity 4 for you. Take a glass tube that it open at both ends and fix a rubber balloon at the lower end of the tube and pour some water into the tube. Now observe the balloon. So pour some more water into the balloon and again observe the balloon. So the balloon starts bulging outward. So this shows that the pressure exerted by a liquid at the bottom of a container depends on the height of the liquid column in it. Students, activity 5 for you. Take a plastic bottle, punch 3 holes on its sides at the same height from its base, not at the top surface, from the base. Now pour some water into it and let it flow through the holes. Observe the flow of the water. Students, water comes out from all the holes with the same force and falls on the ground. So at the same distance from the bottle. Thus we can conclude that liquid exert the same pressure in all direction at a given depth. Students, up to activity 5 enough. Remaining topics: Pascal's law, application of Pascal's law, surface tension, and application of surface tension we will discuss in our next online class. Students, next week you are going to write your first midterm exam for 50 marks. So you will be getting choose, fill in the blanks, match the following, true or false, answer the following in short and answer the following in detail. So you have to practice these all parts for your exam. And your portion is Unit 1 Measurement, Unit 9 Matter Around Us, and Unit 16 Microorganisms. So prepare well for your exam and give your best. Students, some important questions from your book inside. So you have to read base quantities and units from lesson 1 measurement, and then difference between plane angle and solid angles, and then types of clocks based on display, rounding off and rules for rounding off. In your chemistry matter around us, so you have to read definition for symbols of elements, and then present system for determining symbols of the elements, properties of metals, non-metals and metalloids, uses of metalloids, uses of compounds. In microorganisms, you have to practice all the diagrams with their parts, and then you have to read the cell structure of Chlamydomonas, and then amoeba, and then uses of microorganisms, and then diseases caused by microorganisms in plants, and then diseases caused by microorganisms in humans. So these are the important questions from book inside, and also you have to practice book back questions also for your exam.